Wagwan bread bins. We're going on another adventure, but first we need to pick something up from Team Cycles. Let's go.
My name's Ben Chapman. I got into cycling when I was 8. My most favourite thing in the world is jumping on a train and just get off and then go ride in that area. It's just the freedom of having a bike and to go anywhere you want.
So yes, good morning and welcome back. Yesterday, me and Foxton were trying to work out what time, what day and how we were going to get a bike ride in this week. And Foxy came up with a pretty good idea. This is well up my street. This adventure needs a piece of cycling equipment that I've never actually owned. So I'm off to Team Cycles today to pick it up, and hopefully this will be the start of many more adventures to come.
Benjamin.
It's a hive of activity. What's been happening at Team Cycles, Jonathan?
Absolutely nothing.
No,
made a few bike releases come out actually.
Yeah.
I've got a new bike though.
What have you bought?
Oh, come and have a look at this. It's just the frame.
Are you doing this in your spare time?
Well, I'm doing it in his spare time.
Oh, red.
Absolutely.
Someone's got some money.
Rim brake. So it's
Rim brake.
Rim brake. So all cyclocross
Oh.
frame. What's the weight of it at the minute? 6'3".
6'3".
Yeah, it's
6'3".
nice. But it's not Trek, is it?
Not try. Want to keep it hush hush in Team Cycles.
Look at these two. Look. This is the representation of Team Cycles. Which one's the marketing manager and which one's the mechanic? So, fast forward a few hours, and yes, you've probably guessed it. The item in which I had to purchase from Team Cycles was a couple of lights. Now, I said at the beginning of this video, I'd never owned this item. Now, obviously, I've owned lights previously, but nothing like this. And today is my first night ride adventure. So yes, I purchased an Exposure Mark .9, and Foxy, welcome back to the vlog.
Hello.
You've got an Exposure as well.
I have, yeah.
Much bigger than mine.
It is.
Mark 11.
It's a Strada SRS.
Yeah, this isn't a Strada. This is an Axis. So today will be the first time I've ever rode at night, and Foxy's pretty used to it, so I'm in good hands. We're going to be covering probably around about 50 miles now, all the way here. Foxy's been saying, where are we going, where are we going, where are we going? I'll tell you right now. We are making our way down the coast, so we are now on the coast-to-coast route, just in some woodland area, all the way down to Sunderland. Then we're going to make our way from Sunderland down into South Shields, and then, this is why I didn't tell you, we've got a ferry crossing.
Oh, I like a ferry crossing.
At 7:45.
Right.
So we're pushing it for time, so we'll see if we can make the ferry. If we don't make the ferry, then the route's going to have to change quite a lot. We'll see. But you love an adventure. He loves a ferry. He loves it. Tyne Tunnel, ferry, anything. This is going to be pretty cool. We spoke in the week and we were going backwards and forwards with times this week to ride and get our hours in, etc. He had his daughter's tennis, I had Grayson's football, and then we was like, well, why don't we just ride when everyone's asleep? It seemed like a good idea, but we'll see. This is going to be my first night ride ever. Foxy has come massively prepared because this is the bike that he just completed Badlands on, and it's got a dynamo on it. Briefly, I know you love it, but how does it work?
It just generates electricity when the wheels turning.
And then that light there
lights up.
So even if my Exposure goes dead, his goes dead, we've still got your legs, which are generating enough power to keep that front light on. So we've got 2 Exposure lights, a dynamo, 2 rear lights. I've put on the brightest piece of clothing that I could find. He's in all black. But this should be good fun, and we're not eating into anyone's time but our own. It's 7 o'clock now in the evening, and filming in the dark is going to be the first time I've done that as well. So there's going to be a lot of challenges during tonight's ride, but we've got a ferry to catch, so let's go. So for years I've always bought cheap lights or cheaper lights. Never a light that could enable me to have this much fun. And it comes back to the saying, I think, buy cheap, buy twice. But with my light saga, it's actually probably buy cheap, buy 15, 16 times, because over the years that I've cycled, I've always just gone and bought cheap lights, whether they be battery powered or the new generation charge up ones. I won't sugarcoat it. This front light costs over £200, but it'll be a light for life as long as I look after it. As mentioned before, winter is well and truly coming, so there's no time really to buy a decent set of lights. And if, like me and Foxton, you have family commitments but you still want to have some fun and some adventures, I hope this video shows that it's possible, especially if you don't have to be up too early in the morning. So yeah, hopefully we'll be able to put in about 60 miles tonight, and I'm looking to get back into bed at 1. I don't have work tomorrow, Foxy does, so I'll see how far I can push him. So I think the first thing you're going to need on a night ride is some lights. That's a given. Front and back, something that's going to last the full term of your bike ride. The second thing is some bright clothing. Isn't that right, Foxy?
It is.
The blackest man I've ever seen in my life. Look, barely even see her.
I thought it was going to be off-road.
Night rider, yes. So Foxy makes a very good point. We're doing this bike ride on gravel. And the reason for that is a lot less cars, a lot less dangers, and it's also a route that we both know. So there's no unexpected potholes, drop-offs, silly cliffs. So that would be my second top tip. Lights and a route that you know. For your first one anyway. Unfortunately, we think we've missed the last ferry, but there's a plan B, and we're racing towards it. Go on, Foxy! No! What's the odds?
I know.
We
Like
missed seconds. We missed the ferry. Foxy, if we'd have just stopped, if we'd have just stopped for one less time, chatting.
It's your fault.
I'm gutted.
I am.
I'm gutted.
Just
Bye, my lover.
That one.
Goodbye, my friend. Do you know the rest of the words?
You have been the one disaster.
Well, it's not a disaster, is it? I promised him a ferry. So, we're on South Shields side in the northeast of England, and that side there is North Shields. That was the last boat to North Shields, and the plan was to have a cup of tea on King Henry's Bay. And now we've got another option of getting through the Tyne Tunnel, which goes under the water. We just put in a massive dig to miss a boat by around about 4 seconds. We made it, Foxy.
We made it.
So we've made it to the pedestrian tunnel where bikes can go under the water both ways. The cut-off for this was 8 o'clock, and I think it's 1 minute past. Welcome to the Tyne Tunnel. Go on, Foxy! The time gods have paid in our favour, and we have made it to the north side of the Tyne. Foxy's yawning an awfully lot for an Audaxer. Right, so Foxy's been yawning for about, oh, what are we on? We are on 24 miles, and Foxy must have yawned every 6 miles. And he's the Audaxer. He said he hasn't even done that much work today. On a night adventure with a baby. It was all going so well. We are probably half a mile away from the beach, and I've got a front flat. So maybe 16 miles extra onto our journey, we've made it to the beach, and Foxy is promptly cracking open the tea and biscuits. Oh, look. You can take the man out of the army, but you can't take the army out of the man.
Jet boil.
Everyone should do this, shouldn't they? If you've got a bike and a flask, this is winter now.
That's awesome.
I know, but this is what we're doing for winter. We're going to have our cups of tea and some biscuits, and then we'll continue with the other 30. So I hope you enjoyed the Newcastle lights. That last part of the ride from Tynemouth all the way through to where we are now on the Tanfield railway line isn't the nicest, so I probably just filmed the nicer bits going through Newcastle. We are how many into this now, Foxy?
70k.
70k in, and we are just about to climb now up the old Tanfield railway line. And it's actually a really nice path, so in this light I'll try and see how much footage I can actually get, because I'm using Foxy's light at the moment. Are you still enjoying it, Foxy?
Loving it.
There's been a lot of yawns, mate. There's a lot of yawns.
I don't know why.
Why are you yawning so much?
No idea.
So we're back on the road, and 87k?
88.
88k into this. Oh, it's pretty good.
Yeah,
Pretty good. Probably about 5 hours of riding. It's been really wet for the last hour and a half, on and off showers, and we were running in some really muddy gravel as well. I'm not sure if this would be as fun on the road during the night, but gravel, it is a good laugh. I think this is accessible for absolutely anyone that's got a couple of mates, a couple of gravel bikes, an old gravel route that they know quite well, a Bunsen burner, a couple of tea bags, and to be fair, it's an absolute blast. We'll be in bed by 1 AM and we put 6 hours through the pedals. What's your thoughts? Easier than Badlands?
easier than Badlands.
I think next time we'll do something a little bit more adventurous, maybe like going to the Pennines. But as a tester run, this has been great. So that's it complete, my first ever night ride. Big thanks to Foxton for keeping me right. One puncher wasn't too bad. We covered around about 94 kilometres and around about 1,000 metres of elevation. If you've got a route that you've done previously, some decent glasses, clear, some lights and some visible clothing, then this is accessible to anyone. An absolutely fantastic adventure on roads that look really, really different at night, but roads we've actually been on before. I'm going to leave this video here. I've got some tea and toast on the go. Please remember to comment, like and subscribe, and I'll see everyone next week. Looks a little spooky. Ooh.